6:16 p.m. West Coast time. Still the 13th of February 2024. Yeah, I just switched on the news feeds, and why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Republicans did everything they could to make this particular election cycle all theirs, didn't they? And right now, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Mayorkas, Homeland Secretary Mayorkas, because the borders were not secure, it's his fault. Despite the fact that the Trumplican Party in the House couldn't get their act together of getting a border bill going on, oh, they killed it. They effectively killed it because they wanted to help the 45th gas bag. Old number 45 in his damn mouth. They wanted him in office. So any win for the Biden administration has to be taken away. Even if it meant the poison pill that they provided in order to get the border secure, and Biden was willing to sign it. And still it was taken away. And it was just head games they're all playing. Head games. That's all they wanted to do is just play head games. Buy time until Trump gets in office, and then everything else can be okay. So this is what happened. It was a close call, one vote shy, and the House impeached Mayorkas. Just because they wanted to satisfy the 45th gas bag at this point over here. They wanted to show it. They wanted to show that they were still loyal to the Trump. To being chaos and conservative, to be not party to help people out, but it's every man for themselves, basically. And everybody has to worship the Trump. They all have to. I've asked questions. Why? What is it about this asshole that people have to pay attention to or worship? That sell their soul for this asshole. What? I never could figure it out. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to figure it out. These guys just want to cause chaos. They didn't want to put any laws out there to help people out, to help our country in any way. No, it was just to help a gas bag. And they were going to do whatever they could, and they did. The Senate is going to have to do the conviction, and there was no evidence against Mayorkas except there was no evidence, and still he gets impeached. There was no law broken, not even the 25th Amendment. There had to be something, misdemeanors. There wasn't any. They just impeached him. They themselves broke the Constitution and the law. That's what they did. Now we get to deal with this. Now we get to deal with the blowback on this. While everybody is trying to react over the damn thing and making their comments of what's going on, border security, was that ever taken care of? I mean, it should have been taken care of by the Homeland Secretary, wouldn't it? Apparently not. So I don't get it. Right now, they got in New York the House for, well, the spot that George Santos took. Right now, the election results haven't come in entirely, and they're still counting. They're still doing percentages. But for the most part, for the precinct that Santos screwed around with and left just, you know, he get impeached. He got tossed down in his can by Congress, by the House. So that seat is up. There are certain precincts in this area in Queens County, New York, that the polls are counting in. They're being tallied. They're saying it's too close to call, or it's too early to call anyway. So the precincts are just reporting in. As of this time of 6:22 West Coast time, it's 9:22 East Coast time. It's 74 percentage that's being added in. Your the candidates that we have is Thomas Sozzi, Democrat, and Republican Mazi Melissa Phillip, a Trumplicant. Santos used to be a Republican, used to be a Trumplicant, but he tried to do the same things that Trump did, going in, lied, cheat, stole, conned, made his life a living hell. He's the one who did it, all by himself. And other Republicans needed a scapegoat one way or another, but they should have kept the guy because of majorities. And if they happen to lose to a Democrat in that office, in that particular county there, then the majority is tightening up when it comes down for the Trumplicans. So it's going to be another couple of more hours before we actually get something going on this one. Ooh, how about this one? At a GOP convention out in Arizona, Senate candidate Kari Lake get booed, and people started walking out. Well, it seems like the Trumpers are getting a bad rap these days, aren't they? Kari Lake has been getting her ass torn apart by the independents and by National. She's trying to be the number one gal to a mental incompetent. Of course, it hasn't been verified by any shrinks or medical staff that his brain may be having issues. His demonstration of what he's been saying and doing these days, I don't know. You think there may be something wrong with the old gas bag? So currently, we're still waiting for the rest of the results coming in for New York. How do I feel about all this damn thing? Well, it's always got to be drama and drama kings and drama queens. The GOP can't get their act together. They can't get. I thought these guys were for law and order. They were for family. They were for spirituality. They were for something. And all they've been doing is nipping and sniping and biting everyone else in the ass. And try to show people that they are in charge. They are. I'm like, you're in charge of what? A gulag? A gang? That does nothing except take from everybody else just for your own pleasure? You spit off all this damn crap, you don't even have anything to back them up, and people believe you. This is why I kept saying in my videos, and I'm not taking it back. I blame the voters. If they're going to be that dumb enough to vote somebody else in their capacity, I mean, if they're that mentally incompetent, to vote in a mentally incompetent to think he's going to be running things, oh boy, have they got things wrong. I'm calling it. Of course, they probably had a finger saying, "Why didn't you become one?" Because I didn't want the damn job in the first place. They don't understand what it is to run the world stage. They think that it's a kingship. They don't understand the rules and regulations and how to play the damn political game at this point over here. Brinkmanship on a constant day-to-day basis, not to mention trying to attend to the domestics of what anybody and everybody needs in the country. Border security is just one of them. We just can't focus purely on border. We also need economics going on. We need. There's a lot of things that when you do the presidency of the United States, you are going to be inheriting a gulag of problems. A ton of it. It's not the easiest damn job in the world. It's no wonder every time there's been presidents going into the office, they get their hairs even more grayer than usual. For an example, now take a look at the youthful pictures of President Barack Obama. Look at the hair, look at the skin. After he does his 8 years in office, how did he look like? His hair almost turned gray to white. His skin shriveled up. His energy level slightly diminished. This job is a 25/8, meaning they'll add an extra hour into the damn thing for the 24-hour cycle. They'll add an extra day in it, and this takes your life. This sucks the life out of you because you're responsible as a world leader. The stress is that much. The stress is that great for running things. On a local level, it'll be the same damn way. For being a representative in a place and you have to come up with the answers and solutions, you're hearing everybody else gripe and bitch and moan and groan. You're not doing your jobs. Well, you guys got to help me. No, we don't. You got to do your job or throw the guy out. Okay, you going to take over the job? Yeah. Have fun. Here's the job. No, I don't want it. I just want a scapegoat. That's how it works. If you're doing a great job, you're not doing a great job. If you're doing a poor job, see what I told you? This guy's so damn good. You put the whiner baby in there. I don't want to do job. Why am I here? It's all everyone's fault. It's your fault. Let's go after this person. I got power. I got this. I got that. Well, we need laws to run things. No, you don't. You just need to lock up everybody. I run things out. I got power. You're part of a board. I don't care. I'm tough. If you're listening to your constituents, you have to make a determination whether or not if the suggestions are solid enough and actually can they be done and can be afforded to be done. And if not, if they're just wasting oxygen, they're wasting oxygen. So, but again, I blame voters because voters have to be aware of things. About a week back, in the mail, got this in the mail. On here, it lists where my voting area is, which means I got have to walk a mile and a half just to get to my polling place. We used to have it here in the property. We were at the end of Roseman out here, but now we got to go into the middle. That's county politics for you. Be right back.
He's going now. Get him back over here so we can humiliate him.
Okay, so I'm back and not the whiner baby. I'm worried about my dog. Have to add a little personal into this thing because I'm worried about my dog. She's getting older and she's dealing with a hell of a lot on her chest. So I'm stressing about her. We're just waiting for the results to come in. And yes, I was acting like a complete whiner baby at this point over here. I could try making jokes, guffaws. I could make a lot of things regarding my thoughts and feelings of voters out there or the things that they do. The thing is, our country depends upon voter participation. It depends upon us to get action going, for us to do what we're required by the Constitution to do. If we call ourselves American citizens, then we have to go by the Constitution, which means we vote. If we want our leaders in the office, regardless if it's a local up to the federal, we vote. And yes, I have said I blame the voters because they are not well educated enough. I'm not talking about college educated. I'm talking about understanding which one's going to be the buffoon and which one's going to be the person qualified enough to run the office. They'll say, "Oh, I'm qualified because I've got this." Well, you probably would be asking me again, am I qualified to go for office? Would I run for office? Hell no. It takes money. It takes money, connections. It takes more stuff than I have right now. And complete insanity to run for the damn office. But let's just say, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if I actually ran for office, if John Weaver had had put his hat in months ago, or actually maybe about 1 or 2 years ago, to run for a local place, I could. Kern County, probably need another supervisor if the opportunity comes in. Would I be wanting it or not? I would be responding to everybody in my district. Let me see. For my territory of Kern, let me see. What areas would I be responsible for? We have 5 districts in Kern County. If you happen to go to kerncounty.com/government/board of supervisors/supervisional district map, you would have been able to look at what these little districts and large swaths of land happen to be. And it's scary. My territory, if I was going to be going for District 2, is the huge desert region. I mean, this is the largest territory that they've got. Bordering right next to San Bernardino on the west, on the, um, let's see. Okay, San Bernardino is right here, and then here's Kern County. Okay, that works. And down below in the south is LA. To the east is San Bernardino. For my district, the east side of Roseman, extending all the way to Edwards Air Force Base, and beyond a little bit there, I would have, let me see if I can get the areas here to mention. Bakersfield Metropolis boundaries. But I wanted to see what District 2 is all about. Okay, District 2. What do we cover? Well, I know they cover my territory of Roseman. That's for damn sure. I just want to see. Okay, so we got Tehachapi. We got Mojave, Mojave, Cal City, and Boron. Major communities that we have in the district. I'm going back to the PDF file that we have on there because I want to see a lot more detail on what territories, my particular territory, if I actually ran for the whole darn thing. So let's just see. We're going to be going to the 75% here. And we're going to be scrolling down. Okay, so we would be covering, if I was going to be running for that particular area, the area of Taft, Maricopa, and Central Valley. I would be running into Tehachapi and the mountains regions. I would be running into Cal City, California City. Okay. And it's gerrymandered area. Except Cal City would be somebody else's territory, I think. Yeah, I think it would be. Okay. But I'm District 2. So what the hell would I be covering? Not much of the territory, if there's anything out there. Edwards Air Force Base. I'm covering Edwards Air Force Base at that point. So let me go for 100%. Because I need to see what the hell I'm looking at here. Well, town lovely Roseman. For one, Mojave. Actually, California City is not out of the area, but part of Tehachapi is part, but it's still mountain regions. Edwards Air Force Base, I said. Well, that's okay. Some other people having different territories gerrymandered into my own district. How does that grab me? Yeah, but who's the other schmucks? Who's got the other district, I wonder? District 5, District 3, District 1. Well, one don't cover much. I'm just trying to see in the maps regarding this area here. Okay, so we do got part of it. Okay. Okay, so I just needed to find out. Cal City, California City would be it. Tehachapi, Mojave, Mojave. Mojave. And then Rosamond. And maybe part of Boron if it's in there somewhere buried. Boron? Do we got Boron? We got Boron. Oh, okay. Well, so much for that. So 5 major communities, or actually 5 communities in this place. Plus a whole vastness of desert. Isn't that wonderful? I'm looking at the political map here. The geophysical map of the whole damn thing, if you want to look at it that way. Which I will. I'll hit on maps. And we come to the area. Street area. I don't want the street map. What I want is the layers. Okay, we want the layers in this one. So we need to see what the satellite looks like. Okay, so putting on the maps, Google, and if I'm going to be seeing my territory, I'm going to widen out a shot a little bit here so I can take a look. Mountain regions, I get the rule over. Maybe a place called Boron. Small community, you blink, you bless it. And then there's Cal City. But beyond that, forget it. I mean, you got a border almost up to the damn freeway. So it just really doesn't matter in that particular swath of territory. It's just you blink, you missed it, and what was it again? Oh, yeah. Boron. Boring town. I'm saying that because there's not much happening in that place. Everything else happening on other areas of the desert. So you blink, you miss it. West Boron, another area, blink, you miss it. Maybe they got maybe one or two sheriff deputies out there. Maybe one fire station is small enough. California City, a little bit larger, only because, or North Edwards area. That's still part of the sand pit there. Where's Cal City? Somewhere. There's California City in there somewhere. Ah, here it is. Well, Cal City has just got about the same, well, just about the same population, more compact. But they got their own little city. Their own little police. But they are still part of the district. Not much action. They'll go to everywhere else in the Antelope Valley for their action. Mojave, if you blink, you miss it. No, not much. It's a hub. It's a transportation hub getting into Tehachapi, not to mention further into the desert regions. You blink, you miss it anyway. Not much. Unlike, you say, Rosamond, which they are trying to expand left and right. But these are the communities that you got. Tehachapi is one buried in a valley prone to fire, floods, freezing, mudslides. But people like it because of the scenery. And that's District 2's population. Populated areas anyway. So if I actually ran for this district, I'd be responsible for the rest of the Antelope Valley, the rest of the armpit. I'd be responsible for that territory if I actually wanted to run for office. And we would have issues. We would have crime. We would have fire issues. Not enough funding coming in. Not much funding coming into the place. You really would have to understand what these guys are going through by listening to all their videos, which I haven't done, to understand what exactly are they trying to do. What's their what's their codes that we have to do for the ordinances out there? Ad hoc and standing committees, boards, commissions, and everything else. I'd be in competition with Central Valley and part of the other upper region desert areas. But that's about it. Most of the action happening in the centralized area of Bakersfield. But this is what I have to deal with. Compared to the national stuff, the smaller of it all. Oh, good Lord. You want to get into politics, you start from the ground up, and you start from your local. You try to figure out what the hell is going on, who's got the major portions of the money, what they're spending it on, and then what do you got to deal with for your own district. What they're asking for, what you can try to affording, what you can try doing some maneuvering here and there, but all in all, yeah, that's a real nightmare. But this is politics, this is democracy. And no, I am not running.